Okay, so for me, y'all, I truly find it incredible that God warns us ahead of time with the dreams. So um, it don't have to be as drastic as my dream was, because when I woke up, I was like, oh gosh, what's about to happen? But then I just kind of had peaked. I was like, okay, because that's how I felt in the dream, right? So in this dream, it was a whole lot going on. I'm not even gonna act like there wasn't a level of interference, because it was, but in the dream I was aware. And even going back to the one I just did, She's Insecure, there was definitely a girl in the dream who felt extremely threatened by me. And she was somebody that was already like on the stage, which is going to bring me to this later word today. It's all interconnected. So crazy how he does that. But there's a particular part of the dream where I'm getting ready to go. Like, I've already had a run-in with this girl who was feeling away and doing the most and all of that. There was a scene where they were trying to get me to eat desserts. And you know what? Help me, Holy Spirit. I remember being at the table like, I don't really want this, but I was like, okay, like it was very like, no shade towards Simplicity, but I've already had a dream where I was at like the grand opening of a dessert shop. You get what I'm saying? So I was like being humble and whatever, like, oh yeah, but I remember thinking like, I don't really want it. Had already dealt with the weird girl and some other stuff had happened. Anyways, at this point I'm trying to leave. But when I'm trying to leave, my friend, she gives me something she's been holding for her husband. Hear me out, because this has already happened once before. So if you're going through something like this, you are going to pick up on the part of this that you need to pick up on. Her husband gave it to her, and it was causing a holdup in her life. Her being my friend, she tried to give it to me. Me being me, I took it. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what it was. It was drugs. This is not happening in my real life. Let me stress that. I'm just talking about my dreams, okay? So she was like, can you hold this? She let me know it was for him, but she wanted me to hold it for her because he had her holding it for her. She basically asked me, could I like hide it? Me being me, I was like, okay, sure. Messed up, okay? This is why it was a lesson for me in a dream. I hid it in my trunk, but then I couldn't close my trunk. Y'all know how I keep having these dreams with these checks and stuff, and I think this is why, because this is something I gotta stop doing, right? I was trying to let down my trunk, and I'm not gonna say it blared, but my trunk had a check on it itself. And we know that cars and stuff represent our life and all of that. I was literally trying to get in the car and leave, but this happened right before I was trying to get in the car and leave. Baby, I knew if I shut that trunk with that in there, that I had put in there to hide for her, the alarm was gonna go off. Like, it was showing me that it was red. Like, I knew don't close it. Like, I kept trying to slowly close it. Like, maybe if the alarm was going to go off as soon as I closed the trunk. Okay, so here's another check, because I keep dreaming about checks. Don't do it. It don't matter if it literally is drugs, because in my dream that's what it was. Okay, or if it's just a problem of theirs. Now, mind you, while I'm doing this for her, she gets a call from her mother-in-law, and her mother-in-law is like on her, like cussing her out. And I'm thinking like, that ain't even necessary. Like, I was actually bothered by it in the dream. I think that's part of why I was trying to help her. Y'all, we got to know our place. We got to know our lanes. Please do not forget that while waiting to walk with your kingdom spouse, his spirit, at least, even if your kingdom spouse not aware, but his spirit not gonna give him the green light depending on what you got going on around you, okay? But her mother-in-law like cussing her out, and I'm like, what in the world? And like blaming her for all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't understand. Again, people always fighting their own battles, their own demons. Remember that these demons hop. I cannot stress this enough, okay? So even if the people we're closest to, there still has to be boundaries set in place, okay? Still has to be. I never should have offered to be like, yeah, girl, I'll take that on for you. That was her problem to worry about with her husband. That had nothing to do with Meg Michelle, okay? And I had to learn that has happened to me so many times. Like, it's time to learn the lesson. You don't want to hold up your blessing. You don't want to hold up your life being able to move off. And like I said, I knew it was affecting her. That's why she was like, can you hold it? I can't. And y'all can't either, okay? So again, it don't matter if it's something like as drastic as that seemed in that dream, or if it's just like a problem of theirs that they're carrying or whatever. They're going through their own stuff, and you still got to know your boundaries. You still got to know. Holy Spirit, I wasn't about to go nowhere with her problem, okay? Be a good friend. Be a listening ear. Still know when to cut that off, okay? But you can't be over here taking on people's stuff. Next caller, trying to get married. The trunk was literally like, no, sis. Like, when I woke up, it was like, oh, I'm finna get this back to her. That's when I woke up. Because I was like, oh, no. Okay? So...